Shout out to the family. How are you guys? Shout out to our headmaster, K Lig. Am I in danger? Sometimes you try to hold your corner, mind your business, drink water, do your skincare regimen and just let things play out. And some people just can't leave well enough alone. Let's get into it. Give some love to your girl, K Lig. Everybody check in. Uh, hey, Luna. Hey, all to the family. I just, I'm not exactly sure why I am not allowed to live in peace and exist free from oppression, peril, and all that stuff. It's just someone has a problem with my peace. And this is not a good sign. If people are about to be sentenced and this is what you're sending your minions to do, you're a fool. So we're going to do a couple of things here today. Shout out to everybody. Holly, Sharmina, Keisha. Hey, Keisha. Lavelle. Let's get into it, guys. My piece is being stolen from me. I'm not exactly sure why, but I need to bring it to your attention. You know the routine when you get here. Be sure to like, share, subscribe so that this gets out into the algorithm and lets everybody know we're doing something over here worthy of viewing. Also, this is a very serious matter. I didn't come to stay long. This is a really emotional time for me, as you all can imagine. Some people may not imagine. They may like, what's the big deal about you? But I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share what the big deal is. Actually, I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to read. So let me just get in here and do our routines. For those of you who are used to being here, y'all know the routine. For those of you who are new here, come in, take your shoes off at the door, grab a pair of fuzzy socks out of the basket, get on the couch, put your feet up, stay a while. Now, I was minding my business. I've been painting. I've been doing things at home. I've been just holding my corner. Me and the headmaster, K Lig, been talking. She making sure your girl is okay. Shout out to Latoya, who always keeping in touch with me and sending messages and staying in communication. And shout out to everybody in the whole family. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Lisa. I hope your friend is good, baby girl. Shout out to everybody. So we know what this week is. We know this is sentencing week for a monster. We know this is sentencing week. I was in here painting. And you know how when you commit yourself to do something, everything tries to disturb you from that thing. And so I said, I'm not going to be disturbed. I'm going to continue and finish this. I was in the home stretch. I just had the very top of my wall to do. And I told you those ceilings are really high. I got the big ladder out. I just wanted to complete what I was doing. So my dog and I, probably a little earlier than that, maybe an hour before, we heard this loud thud on the side of my house. So towards the back quadrant, and we didn't know what it was. We both kind of jumped like, what is that? And I know when you, you might need to put your all black on, for real, for real. I love you all. I love you all. Hey, Fluffy, what's up? Margie, how you doing? So we hear this thud, and I know when something surprises you, if somebody's trying to lure you outside of your house, it was so loud. My dog was asleep. He jumped up, and I kind of jumped. We both jumped at the same time. He looked at me. I got Lottie. I was like, what is this? Because it was atypical than anything I'm used to hearing. It never happens. But it was to the right rear quadrant of the house. So I looked out my back window. I didn't see anybody or anything, but I said, if this is a setup, most people will fall into the trap because they would jump up immediately and run outside and get caught out there. You know, your girl is too smart for that. So I waited on it. I gave it a good 7 minutes. I had Lottie. I walked around, checked different windows. Me and my dog kind of, checked out stuff. And you know when dogs do that kind of, like they letting you know, what's up? I didn't see anything, but I had been outside right before that, a little while before that, with my dog, because he goes out. I take him out all day. Whenever he wants to go out, sometimes he just wants to go and look at the squirrels. I take him out. So we had already been out twice, that morning and right before that happened. I go outside eventually. I don't see anything. I walk all the way around to the back of the house. I don't see anything. Me and Lottie, I left the dog inside. I came back inside. I was like, okay. I'm painting. Me and K-Leg on the phone, going back and forth, talking about different things. And, we had a deep chat last night and just a lot. So then I hear my phone. My dog gets up and does this kind of woof, woof. And I'm like, what? So sometime when he does that, I'll say a prayer and he'll just calm down. I'll be like, what? Is there energy around me? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and darkness. I'll say a prayer. My dog will be, and he'll just get down and lay down on his hands like, okay, you got it, boo. When he did that, and I said the prayer and he laid himself down, all of a sudden, my phone started to, a text went off. So I just was like, I can't keep stopping. I can't keep stopping. I just kept painting. But then that reminder text that goes off afterwards to let you know you still got a text in the queue. So I decide, okay, let me go look at the text. I go look at the text and it says, first of all, it looks like, those janky texts that say, you got a ticket and you need to pay the ticket. Use this code or press this link and pay the ticket. And if you press that link, your whole identity is swooped out of your phone. It was janky like that. So, of course, it didn't have a link. It was that janky that it didn't have a link. But it says, your parcel has been delivered. Says this company, looks like you and I, your trusted delivery partner. Please check your front door or mailroom. Thank you. Reply stop to unsubscribe. I have never had a delivery notice that said, please go check your front door. Never. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had a delivery notice that told you, go check your front door. It was definitely not a right thing. So I said to myself, did I order? When I saw this, I was like, this looks like a scam. Did I order any packages? Do I have any outstanding packages? So I did have this one outstanding package, a paint sprayer, and it never came, but they already sent me a message saying, hey, your delivery is off course. You can press, it's been a certain amount of days. You can press this thing for resubmission, like to deliver, and we will credit you the money for the original package. If it comes, you can go ahead and keep it. We ain't sweating it. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had a delivery notice tell you to go check your front door. And put a 2 in the chat if you had. If you had, thank you, baby. Thank you, Yellow Thundercat. If you had a thing tell you, so Instacart tells you go check. Well, I'm not talking about food like Instacart. We know our Instacart is coming when it's coming. But if you've ever had a regular delivery tell you go check your front door, it sounded like trash to me. I didn't buy it. And it felt like after what had happened, I was like, somebody trying to get me to my front door. Like, it just felt like a scam. So I was hesitant. And this was like an automated message, like not like you talking to your Instacart driver and they're like, oh, we're out of tomatoes. You want me to switch out something? I go to the front door now. First, I pick up, whatchamacallit. I go to the front door to look. There is no package. But guess what's on my front door? Guess what's on my front porch? A dead bird. I'm outside all day with my dog. I had just been out there when I heard that thud. I get a message telling me go check my front door and there's a dead bird on my porch. Now, why would a dead bird, I've been here over a decade, why would a dead bird mysteriously be on my front porch? Why? 2 days before a man who shot me in my face is going to be sentenced, I have a dead bird on my porch. Why? The dead bird's still out there. I don't even like birds. I ain't picking that shit up. Who's supposed to pick the dead bird up? Not me. I said to K-Leg, I was like, who gonna pick this up? And it's hot like fish grease. So all I need is a dead bird decomposing out there in my front step. What the? I'm disgusted. I am disgusted of why there's a dead bird out there in front of my door. Now, in the movies, we always see them send somebody like a dead bird, a dead rat, a dead something. It's an intimidation tactic. What the? No, it's not covered. It's open. And here's the thing. My camera did not notify me of anything. K-Lig said to me, perhaps when, and I had just came inside when we heard that thud. And I went outside after the thud and walked around, and this dead bird was not there. She was like, perhaps somebody was trying to get you around to the back so they could put it in the front. But I walked back in the front door. That's what I thought too. It smells like him. I agree, my love. Because why would a dead bird be in front of my... Shamima said, not gonna lie, Tanti, smells like Mr. Combs' work. It smells like him and his demons. Absolutely. Why would a dead bird be on my porch? Now, it's hot like fish grease out there. So here's the thing, Letitia. I don't always be feeling safe with the cops. This ninja has cops. I'm getting ready to read y'all. So I created whatchamacallit. I generated a letter to the judge. I sent it into the judge. And I also sent the case law that allows me to... Hold on, let me. My dog literally hates when this printer goes off, but I'm going to print the letter. Ooh, my dog can't. I have it in my phone too. My dog hates when this printer go off. Hold on, let me get the other phone. Trying to intimidate me by leaving a dead bird on the front of my house. It's just diabolical. It's disgusting. And that's right, Keisha. They try to intimidate me, but they cannot. I ain't gonna lie though. That freaked me out. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. That freaked me out because we've all seen the movies where they send a dead bird, we've seen those movies. We've seen those things in history where I'm going to be honest. I don't like the notion of somebody coming to my door because it's just getting me that close where Lottie got to sing. And why? Yep. That's Yellow Thundercat. Gil, I would have already been outside, but I don't want, the bird freaked me out. I don't even like birds. Bumba clot. Well, let me read. I'm going to read y'all. Should I print it? Let's see. Hold on one second. I tell you, boy, no weapons. That's right. No weapons formed against us shall prosper. What is it telling me it can't print due to a problem with the printer setup? What printer setup problem? I be printing stuff every day. Now my dog hates this printer. So prepare to hear him going off. And y'all about to hear him go off. And the last time see, I don't know what it is about the printer. He does not like this printer. He don't like it. I said, I wonder if there's some type of spirit that comes through with Wi-Fi, because my dog don't like this printer. It's okay, Kobe. It's okay, Kobe. Baby, when I tell you he don't like this printer, and it's the process of Wi-Fi, he does not like it. Okay, Kobe. Okay, Kobayashi. It's okay, mommy, baby. I gotta do it to you one more again, and then we're finished. He don't like it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. He about to go off again. I don't know what it is about that printer. Yes, listen. I'm gonna have to round up the squad, because I promise you, don't make no sense. Why I can't just live in? Oh, Lisa, he hears him. Something about Wi-Fi affects the dog. I'm telling you, he goes berserk. I'll be trying not to mess with the Dopest dog, but all right, guys. This is shout out to Keisha. Thank you, my love, for the super chat. Keisha said, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." Thank you, my sister. You know what I always say: if you ain't got Keisha in the house, ain't no party without Keisha in the house. Shout out to you, my love. It's time for tithes and offering, guys. You see your girl K-Lig, $ KAYLIGG on the bottom of the screen. Y'all know the haps. The $ KAYLIGG. Make sure to pay your tithes and offerings. We love you. We appreciate you for that. It's okay, Kobayashi, Mama. Sorry. Yeah, it sets him off. Fashawn said, Queen, God is giving you victory this month. You will see this wicked man sentence. Glory to God. Glory to God. Because you know, when I saw that bird, I'm not going to kid you one bit. It freaked me out. Wi-Fi does emit radiation, and dogs are very in tune with energy, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, I try to minimize printing things because this dog goes berserk. All right. So this is the cover letter for the victim impact statement. I'm not going to stay on here long today, y'all. I addressed it to Judge Submaranian, and I've submitted it. I cited case law that allows me, a previous victim, to be heard in the, to have my letter docketed also. So if they put it in, I'm not sure, but this is my letter. Dear Judge Submaranian and Clerk of Court, please find enclosed the victim impact statement in the above referenced matter, which is scheduled before Judge Arun Submaranian. I am submitting this statement pursuant to the Crime Victims Act, 18 U.S.C. 3771. I respectfully request that this statement be included in the court's sentencing materials shared with the probation office for the presentment investigation report and provided to Judge Submaranian for his direct consideration. For my safety, I am redacting my home address. Disclosures of my location would place me in imminent danger. For the past 25 years, I have lived under continuous threat due to my status as a victim of Mr. Combs' violence. I ask the court to recognize the risk and allow my statement to remain a part of the record without full personal identifying information. Y'all prepare yourself, because this letter is emotional. And if I get emotional, please excuse me, because there's things in this letter that I've never even talked to you guys about, but is a part of my story as it relates to him. And this is first of all, this is breaking news. The nerd herd is hearing this first. This is the first place that this letter is being heard. So I just want to say that. Shout out to the Nerd Herd. I love y'all, and I shared it with you first. No, outside of Judge Submarinian, no one else has this letter. Well, K-Lig and, my family, but it's a tearjerker, y'all. So perhaps take a couple of seconds to grab your Kleenex because it is a tearjerker. And I probably should have got myself a napkin as well, but Dear Judge Submarinian, my name is Natanya Rubin. I come before you not only as a citizen, but as a survivor whose body, face, spirit, and future were permanently shattered by Sean Puffy Diddy Combs. I write to you carrying the unbearable weight of memories that never fade, and the suffocating knowledge that for the second time in my lifetime, the legal system is being tested against the brute force of fame, money, notoriety, and unchecked power. Once again, I am being re-traumatized, forced to watch as justice teeters as though the suffering of ordinary women can be measured and outweighed by celebrity and wealth. I will never forget the night of December 27, 1999, when I was shot in the face at Club New York by Sean Combs. I saw him. I was looking directly at him. When the trigger was pulled, a 9mm hollow point bullet, a weapon infamous on the street as a cop killer because it shatters upon impact, tearing apart flesh and bone, entered my face. A bullet designed to ensure death. By God's mercy alone, I lived. I credit my faith in God for my life. Fragments of that bullet remain lodged in my head and face. 9 tiny shards of violence that travel with me everywhere I go, forever embedded in my body as a reminder of that. Sometimes I'll be bad at myself for being such a good writer because I promise you it gets to me. As a reminder of that night. They have cost me more than words could ever fully express. A traumatic brain injury, a seizure disorder, PTSD that wakes me in the night with the echo of gunfire in my skull, unrelenting depression, social anxiety, chronic migraines, chronic fatigue, teeth shattered and lost, swelling of my brain. The stampede that followed left me trampled, my medial meniscus torn, requiring multiple surgeries. A bullet fragment migrated towards my lung and had to be removed. My knee was cut open and repaired. Doctors can mend what they can, but the degradation of my humanity, the stigma of being shot by one of the most famous men in the world at the peak of his career, has left wounds no scalpel can heal. My sons were just 10 and 7 when it happened. They are now 36 and 33. My daughter is only 18, has grown up in the shadow of this horror. I was a young mother, a business owner, a humanitarian. Those dreams were stolen, replaced with survival. But even after the shooting, Sean Combs did not stop. He turned his influence into a weapon of harassment, manipulation, and intimidation. His reach invaded my life in countless insidious ways. Men breaking into my home and moving objects to remind me he was watching. My security cameras mysteriously disabled. My car license plate stolen. My car sabotaged. 7 times, my run-flat tires ruptured, exploding on highways, each moment an attempt to kill me or to terrify me into silence. He has the resources and the network to operate from the shadows, always one step removed, but always leaving his handprint. My survival and sanity are 100% due to my devout faith in God and therapy. I've been stalked, cyber harassed, financially sabotaged, followed by black SUVs, threatened through calls, emails, and strangers at my door. I've been humiliated, defamed, robbed of employment opportunities by false stories planted in establishments I've never even stepped foot in. In 2015, when I said I was being cyberstalked, that my cards mysteriously failed, that my computer cameras showed me my own reflection, people laughed. But when it came out that the mother of his youngest child was a cybersecurity expert who allegedly surveilled others at his command, I was vindicated, but too late. Even the police became his pawns. He leveraged political connections, including a college classmate in high office, to unleash harassment. Officers tried to break into my home under false pretenses. One night, they stormed in, brutally beating my sons. One struck in the face with a gun, hogtied and stomped upon. The other, an asthmatic, gasping. I can't breathe, as officers piled on him. We sued and won, because my son, wise beyond his years, captured the entire siege on video. The video went viral across oceans, forcing accountability where silence had once reigned. Officers were fired, demoted, suspended. Laws were changed in my county because I refused to sit quiet under abuse. But I had to sell my dream home in humiliation. My sanctuary turned into a crime scene. Hey, sis. And now, 25 years later, here we are again. The same man using the same playbook, only updated, slicker, more cunning. Back then, he had street teams outside the courthouse, hoisting 6-foot free puffy signs. I was branded the woman destroying hip hop, the enemy of a successful black man. I bore a label I never asked for. Today, he bankrolls addicts and those desperate to wear free Diddy shirts while unleashing smear campaigns across the internet. I'm forced to relive the injustice, the truth distorted, my pain mocked, my survival minimized. Stay here, sis. I'm going to bring you up as soon as I finish reading this. Judge, this is not just about me. The danger of letting this man escape full accountability is generational, cultural, and moral. His record is not one of isolated mistakes, but of a pattern of violence. 1999, the City College 9, where 9 lives were lost. City College Stampede, where 9 lives were lost. Civil liability confirmed. The savage assault on Steve Stout, where champagne bottle in a chair leg, with a champagne bottle in a chair leg. A settlement bought silence. December 27, 1999, I was shot in the face. Civil liability confirmed in 2011. The violent assault of a UCLA coach with a kettlebell. The repeated documented abuse of women and men, Cassie Ventura's testimony only the most public, the tip of the iceberg of horror. I was the first woman to stand up when silence was safer. I was warned not to. I stood alone for years, screaming from the mountaintop that he shot me, that he was dangerous, and that his power shielded him. I endured threats, ridicule, retaliation, and in 2011, he finally had to pay me from his own pocket, stripped of the protection of insurance. His violence escalated again. I know why, because I punctured the illusion. Judge Subterranean, I implore you to see through the spectacle, the smoke, the theatrics. I beg you to look not at his celebrity, but at his pattern. To look not at his wealth, but at the trail of broken bodies and lives behind him. I beg you to remember Cassie, to remember the nameless women, to remember the 9 dead at City College, to remember my children who were beaten and terrorized because their mother dared to tell the truth. The law must mean something, even when the defendant is a star, especially then. If justice falters here, it tells every survivor of violence at the hands of the powerful that their pain is irrelevant, that money is louder than blood. Your Honor, if you are a father, a son, a brother, a husband, if you have ever loved a woman, if you have ever held a child in your arms and swore to protect them, I ask you to let that love guide your decision. I still carry the scars, I still suffer, but worse than my suffering would be to know that this country once again values a man's fame over a woman's life. Please, Judge, sentence Sean Combs to the maximum extent of the law. not just to punish him, but to make a declaration to every survivor, every victim, every ordinary citizen that truth matters, that women matter, that no man, however rich, however famous, however feared, is above justice. With deep sincerity and with the desperate hope that this time justice will not fail. Natanya Rubin, gun violence survivor, advocate, speaker, and founder of SHOT, Survivors Helping Others Through. Let me tell you something. As hard as it was to read, it was hard to write. It was hard. Thank you so much for the love, guys. It was hard to write because there was so many feelings, so many emotions. And shout out to LA Chic for the super chat. Thank you so much. We love you, Natanya. Team Nerd Herd. Thank you so much. I love you guys too. Whew. I tell you, it took a lot. Like, of course, the headmaster K-Leg. I always keep her in the loop. Where's my sis? Where you at, Jag? I'm going to drop a link for you to come up. I have a big lump in my throat. Like, whew. Oh my gosh. Where's Jag? Thank you all for the love. I appreciate. To God be the glory. Oh, let me drop the link. I have a lump in my throat like crazy. I just feel like I bared my soul to bring people in. And so that's the part that I never talk about to y'all. That I don't really call the cops because at my old house, after the settlement, you know what people do. People get some money, they're going to buy a big house. I bought a big, magnificent house. I had a beautiful mansion, the family compound. Everybody used to come. Everybody was there. It was a beautiful house. It was, I felt like it was my sanctuary. It was my peace. And I tell you, that peace was destroyed because the cops could not, he was using the cops. They kept harassing me. And he literally, I don't know what, it was like, I'm not going to let you have peace. And he, over and over again, the cops kept trying to, with no justification, trying to break into my house. One particular time, we screamed over and over. They kept screaming out the wrong address outside of my house. And I was like, is this real? They came like 1 something in the morning. And they would not stop. We kept screaming, you have the wrong address. You're screaming the wrong address. That's not this house. We called the cops. Thank God my son is a techie. And he and the cops were stupid because he had a 35 millimeter camera. But apparently they didn't understand that you can record video on a 35 millimeter camera. So he was holding the camera when one of my neighbors, they had, first of all, did you get the link, Jag? They had a bunch of SUVs, police SUVs on my front lawn with floodlights shining into my house, cop cars up and down the street like they were looking for bin Laden. It was unbelievable. We could not figure out what the heck was going on. Completely under siege, it was horrible. And so, no, I don't trust them. When things happen, when they broke into the house here, I called the cop because I was like, they inside my house now. Like, this is just too much. But they came, my neighbor came across the street. He was like, what's going on? Whatever it is you think this is, you're wrong. This is one of the nicest families, one of the most mild-mannered families you ever meet. You got to be wrong about whatever you think it is. I would not open my door. I was terrified because they kept saying, open the door, open the door. Like, it went on for over an hour and change. Well, it went on for longer than that, but with me, I wouldn't open the door because I didn't trust them. And one of the most horrific things that will ever stay with me is my son was videotaping me, and I said, I am not suicidal. And if I die, they did it. They killed me. Then my family, well, her family reached out to my family years later and told me that because she saw me say that on video, when the cops got her, she said, if I die, I'm not suicidal. If I die, they killed me. And hey, sis.
Hey.
How you doing?
Don't even. How are you doing?
Not good.
I know.
Dead bird on my front porch. I just want to be left alone.
I want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Did it look like the bird ran into your house? Was there any point of contact? Did it look like he might have?
No.
It was placed.
It was placed there. Where it is placed, like, you know, the white rocks?
Yeah.
So the white rocks are right. My porch is like, this is the front door, and the white rocks around the hedges right here. It's placed right here at the edge, so I can see it. Like, as soon as you step off of the front porch, it's right here.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
There's no like smudge on my door or something like that. There's nothing. And like I said, I'd been outside, came back in, wasn't there. It wasn't until the message came that said, go to your front door and go to your front door and check for your package. I went to the front door, and there's the dead bird.
Hold on. You had a message that said check for a package?
Yes.
From what, like Amazon or something?
No, from some, I thought it was a scam. It looked janky. It looked, you know how you get those messages that are like, oh, you have a ticket with Easy Pass or something, and you got to pay your fine and click this. It wasn't even as sophisticated as one of those. It literally was like, and here's the thing, I've never had a delivery notification that told me go to your front door and check for your package. I've never once seen that.
Okay. Did you did you document all of this? Have you called the police?
I didn't call the police. I just don't feel like I could trust them. Like at this, I'm so raw. K-Lig will tell you. I was on the phone with K-Lig last night, bawling. This was yesterday afternoon.
You have everything documented though, right?
I have everything documented. I have the picture. I even sent the picture to the computer of the bird. I'm gonna put it up. It said,
if you don't mind me asking, what kind of bird was it?
I even looked it up because I wanted to see what it was. It said, let me see.
Nikki, I know that you're asking questions out of concern, but honestly, those are the wrong questions to be asking right now. Nobody needs to know if she has cameras. Nobody needs to know where the cameras are. Nobody needs to know what position the cameras may or may not be that she has at her house. Questions like that almost make it seem like you're lightweight doing recon for someone who might be trying to gaslight her. Now, I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying.
Looked it up because I didn't know. It said,
appreciate your care and concern.
It says Swainson's thrush. Because I was like, what kind of, and the only reason I know that's the kind of bird it is because on your phone, like if you look at a picture, there's this little thing that's like, see the type of bird this is. And I was like, what the fuck is this? because I'm anti AI. I don't even have shit like that on my phone. So I don't know
Hold on
where
a
it
second.
came
Hold
from.
on a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See, this is where this part of me, you want to know what's really messed up about. I hear you, Nikki. I hear that you're just concerned, and that's fine. Like I said, we appreciate your concern, but you need to be careful about the kind of questions you're asking, because whatever this bird is and whatever's going on with this bird, 9 times out of 10, there's somebody that's monitoring this chat right now, looking for information, looking for all kinds of things. No, no one, which is why I said what I said, and I said it the way that I said it. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm telling you how it can come off. And I'm telling you right now, and I know for a fact that there are spies in this chat, because I was sitting here in the bushes before I let anybody know that I was here. After I heard what was going on and came over here, and I saw a very interesting name. I saw the
Oh,
name of someone that stalks me on a regular basis. I saw the name of someone who was involved in my swatting.
and they came over here?
Yeah, they were sitting here in your chat. They told you to gather up all of your trinnies and all of that. For Fane Colin. Guess who Fafane Colin is? Fafane Colin is Crown Family and one of those people, those robot people.
I did see
You
that
came
chat.
over here to spy, to see whether or not what y'all got going on is working?
I did see that chat. I think I went too far. It's too far back. Yeah, I didn't feel like I could trust the cops. Like I've had a history of why I shouldn't even trust them. I took a big risk when they broke into my house and moved that chair for me to
Yeah,
call the cops. And I'm gonna tell you, the cop was like, "Let me check your attic," and I was like, "Okay." I was happy that somebody was going to check the attic. And I think every adult, especially in the South, knows you have to walk on the beams in the attic if it doesn't have a full floorboard, because you'll come through the ceiling. He
yeah.
stepped right in between the beams and cracked my ceiling, and I was like, "Oh, oh, oh!" And then he was like, "Oh," and
Oh no, sweetheart, I'm not crazy at all
I
for
have a
Fame
crack in my
Colon.
ceiling.
Ain't nobody crazy. I got screenshots of you for 3.5 years for Fame Colon. Ain't nobody crazy. But thank you for showing up, because you haven't said anything since you said that comment. You've been very quiet, sitting there in the bushes. But I find it funny that the second that your name is called out, you're popping right back up again. Go back to your master and tell them they can kiss my black ass. Get up out of here. Go back to the bushes and spy.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, Latoya, and I was scrolling. Hey, Odell. It's just stressful. It's like I literally was like painting. Me and Kay Lig talked multiple times yesterday, and it was just I needed to get that off. She's like, "You okay? Like, what's going on? You keep coming to my spirit." And it's weird. Somebody else texted me and said, um, "You keep Somebody else out of the blue hit me up and was like, "Yo, you good? You keep coming to my spirit. Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm spectacular." And and they were like, "Okay, because you keep coming to my spirit." And I was just literally on the phone with my kids and my sister
I'm
and
not
Kay
going to
Lig
say
today.
too much. I'm not going to say too much, but I need you to understand. LOL, today I see Jag is paranoid. Really, what makes me, is Natanya paranoid too? Hmm?
Don't look for fame. Don't do that in my chat, because this is nothing to play with. This is my life we talking about. This is my life. This is not a channel where it's like clickbait and cute little. Don't come in here with that. Like my energy is not even
What do you
on no
mean
shit
show
like
the
that.
proof? What do you mean show the
Wait,
proof? This
hold
isn't
on.
about you. We got screenshots of you. Ain't nobody got to lie about nothing. And this woman already knows the one thing that I'm not going to do is lie to her.
Hold on.
Now you want to sit here and you want to, what you doing?
Because I put it out of the
Do
chat.
you
I'm not
see
even in
this?
the mood for no
Do you
shit
see
like
this?
that.
Do you see this?
It's dirty because this is my life we talking about. I'm in my house by myself with my dog. I don't need
Do
to
you want
think.
to know the last time Fafane Colin tried to take a go at me when we was over there sitting with Andy over at Popcorn Planet, and she sat there, her and that weirdo Nitty in the chat calling us liars? Or did you think we forgot about that?
I don't know why people think. That's right. This is not a funny matter at all. It's not a laughing matter at all. I don't know why people think that when something is serious that it's play time, because it's really not. It's not
No,
play
because
time.
they're here to spy on you. They're here to try to cozy up to you. They're here to see whether or not whatever efforts that they're doing are working.
Yeah,
As much as I hate to say it, as much as I hate to say it, there is somebody who used to be a moderator of yours that consorts with that very Fafane person. They hang
the
out in the
foul.
same chats.
It's so foul. People, you know, what happens is the histrionics of this whole case and all of the how people made it like sport and a game. It took the humanity out of it. It was clickbait for people. It was how to get their coin up. It was all these things. But when it gets down to this real nitty gritty shit, somebody coming to your front door and putting a dead bird. Everybody knows what a dead bird means. There's nobody's like, oh, someone put a dead bird in your porch. Wow, that's great. There's nobody that thinks that shit is okay.
That's what I was doing before I seen that weirdo pop back up. What kind of bird was it again?
It said, hold on. And it's giving me pause because it said Swainson's thrush. It's giving me pause because it's letting me know that
SWAN
SWAIN
IN SON.
thrush, THRUSH. That within the next few days, I could have to bust my gun or might not even be in this world no more. Like,
Stop
this is
that.
not
You
a
stop
play.
that. You
I don't want
stop
to think
that.
that. But I have to be real. Somebody came to my door. My cameras didn't give me not one notification. I promise you. Afterwards, I text the guy that does my work and told him I need him to come check my cameras. After that, I just texted him after this happened.
Sweetheart, there might not be anything wrong with your cameras. Somebody might have been able to have a signal jammer to stop your cameras from working while they were walking up to do what they doing. 1706.
It's annoying. Like,
That's the whole purpose. They want to annoy us to death, or at least annoy us out of our minds, or at least annoy us offline. See, this is what
and that's
happens
the
when the
thing.
devil
I've
wants to
been
throw temper
so.
tantrums. This is what happens when the devil wants
Mhm.
to throw temper tantrums.
And that's the crazy thing. I've been offline for a little while because I just been.
I know. And guess what? They want to make sure that you stay offline. They want to make sure that you're not rejoicing in the Lord's name. They want to make sure that you don't want. Who is Thomas Matthew Crooks?
Who? They in my chat?
No, I'm
Oh.
doing a little research right now. You know, a lot of these people they deal in numerology. I've been studying gematria.
Here's the joke. And not even a joke. I've been on gematria for like about 12, 13 years. And when I started talking about it, people was like, you sound crazy. That's craziness. What are you talking about? Like, when anything that you speak that is ahead of time that normal people understand, the only thing that they can reach for is to try to call you crazy, which is disrespectful because it's dismissive and it's foul.
Thomas Matthew Crooks is the one who made an attempt on Trump's life?
Who's that?
No, Martha's in the chat.
Who?
Martha Cardile. She's in the chat. She's a regular. Martha, she says, isn't that the one from Butler and Trump attempt, Jack?
Who's that?
Crooks is that kid
Butler?
that wanted to unalive the president. Huh. The numerical value of Swainson Thrush is 1706 by Jewish gematria.
1706.
1706. The first name that came up on that list was Thomas Matthew Crooks.
Does it have
for that bird?
1706. Does that have any connection?
So that's the name of someone who wow, okay. Sparks will fly. The witch's hymn. This is straight witchcraft. This is straight witchcraft.
I know. When I saw that bird, I was like, "What the?" I promise you.
Does July 14 mean any? Does July 14 mean anything to you?
July 14. Oh no, nobody's birthday. 7/14. Let me see what the.
When you have your own time, that's the number of that bird, 1706.
All right.
That's the number of that bird. Yeah.
Let me see what.
They're pissed off. They're pissed off. They're pissed off. They're pissed off. They're mad.
Wow. So something told me to. I just typed in Google scripture 1706.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Luke 1706, the NIV. He replied, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and I will obey you.
Come on now, Ashe.
Mustard seed faith. And it also says the phrase scripture 1706 is not a single reference, but there are different books with verse 1706, including Psalms 1706. I call on you, my God, for you will answer me. Turn your ear to me and hear my prayer. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Luke 17:6. If you have, that was the one I just read. John 17:6. I have revealed you to those whom you gave me out of the world. I have revealed you to those whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours. You gave them to me, and they have obeyed your word. Proverbs 17:6. Children's children are a crown to the aged, and parents are the pride of the children. 1 Samuel 17:6, describing Goliath's armor, and Revelation 17:6, referring to the woman drunk on the blood of martyrs. Without more context, the exact scripture cannot be identified. I want to look into that Revelation 17:6 more.
Annabelle. Isn't Annabelle that demonic doll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that mustard seed faith, the 17:6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I will
Mm-hmm.
call on you, my God, for you will answer me. Yes, right. My God, my God, my God. My mind always says go to the word first.
Well,
Proverbs 17:6.
that's why we pulled the numbers.
I just,
That's why we pull the numbers to see what God actually wants us to pay attention to.
it's,
Natalia,
it's not a nice feeling,
Natalia,
baby.
I'm gonna be. Give me 1 second. I need to check up on something right fast. I'm gonna
All
be
right.
right. I'm just going. I'm gonna stay here. I'm just gonna mute.
Okay. Guys, I always have to go to the word first because I feel like even when God is talking to us from beyond, there's some I'm not gonna deny this doesn't it doesn't resonate in my spirit and it doesn't feel good in my stomach and my soul. I am bothered by it, to be very honest, because they came to my front door. Like you come to my front door, you are violating all that's sanctified and holy about my sanctuary. You are violating the the curtilage of the privacy of my sanctuary. It's not okay. And it's also not okay that my camera didn't pick up anybody. Because where it is, like, if it had, first of all, I've been here 10 years. I ain't never once had nothing like this happen. And I'm not saying there's no way it can happen, but you would have evidence that it happened. It would slam into your door or slam into, no, this is laid right at my porch so I can see it, right at my front door where I come out, white rocks in the hedges on both sides, right there. Like I can't miss it. Like as if somebody knows I come out with my dog all the time. Soon as I come out, my dog would have to encounter it. Doesn't feel right. Absolutely, LA Chic. Well, we know he was asking for acquittal. Shout out to the judge for absolutely unequivocally not allowing that.
Hey, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's not a nice feeling. Like it.
No, it's not. It's not nice. It's not
And,
nice. It's not
and
nice to
hey, Mocha,
be.
hi, Misty Pooh. And I'm gonna tell you something else. The crazy thing is, the other day, and I actually videotaped this the other like 2 nights ago. I was down here, kind of just hanging out with my dog, and like I said, I had been painting and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna paint. I'm gonna just watch a little YouTube or whatever. And so I was on the couch chilling, and my dog was sitting on the floor. And so help me God, I got up and went to the bathroom, my downstairs bathroom. And a lot of times I won't turn on the light because I'm safety conscious like that. I always think like if somebody's praying or sneaking, they could try to, see me come into the bath, whatever. So I don't turn on because there's a lot of bush back there. I don't turn on that light. I'll just go right in. I know where everything is. And so help me God, if I didn't see a light flashing outside my window, it looked like a drone. It was just stationary in the sky right there. And I was like, who the fuck is shining a drone on my
Hold
house?
up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Promise
Wait
to
a minute.
God. Promise to God. I got
Are
a
you
video.
telling me, did it look like kind of silverish? Almost like a,
It
almost
almost
like
flickered.
like a small boomerang almost, but
It was
silver?
it was literally just suspended in the air and it kept flickering and then when I went to the window like this and I put up my phone to record it, it moved right behind the tree so that it wasn't within my clear view. But I got image of it.
Can I tell you something? Is that the first time you saw that?
That's the first time. First time.
See, I know you're not lying because I've seen them.
I was like, who got a drone outside my house? And that did not make me feel good. I instantly turned down all the lights
You want to
outside of
know
my
what's
house.
interesting? They're everywhere. I'll
Well,
never forget
I don't know
when
if
I
y'all can
first
see this
started spotting
or not.
them.
You see that? You're gonna see like a
Mhm.
flashing light through the. I'm sorry, how I'm holding it is not. Hold on.
Hmm.
You're gonna see a light flashing through the window. See that light?
I see it. I know it. I believe you. You don't have to tell me. I believe you.
And I was like, who the heck got a drone outside my house? Like, why would a drone be outside my house? And it bugged the daylights out of me. But I was like, mm, angel number 1706. You have achieved balance between. So, shout out to Latoya. 1706, angel number. She said, angel number 1706 is a message from your angels that you have achieved balance between your spiritual life and the material world. And in turn, you are reaping benefits in many ways. It is a message that you have been manifested, that what you've been manifesting successfully, and your desires are becoming a reality. And this will be positively reflected in all areas of your life. Your angels ask you to maintain a positive attitude and a high expectations to keep up the flow and abundance. Angel number 1706 indicates that you're on the right path and making sweeping improvements in your life, particularly in regards to the financial and monetary aspects. Trust that the material needs will be met as you boldly make necessary changes in your life and lifestyle, and you will receive the money or good time energy that you need. Matter of fact, I got to tell y'all something else too. I forgot about telling y'all this. I was supposed to come online, and then for some reason I didn't come online, but K Lig knows this. I talked about it with K Lig. So last Saturday, not Saturday just passed, not Saturday gone, Saturday before, I was in my house with the dog and I was thinking about going out and just like being on the town and stuff. But then I was like, I don't really feel like going nowhere. I'm nesting. What can I say? I'm in the house. I'm like, oh, whatever. So I decide not to go, but I do take my dog out because we go out multiple times a day. Sometimes he just wants to go out there and let the breeze blow on him and, you know, chase a squirrel, whatever. And so we go out there and we do that. I want him to feel, like he not just there to keep me company. He's actualizing his dog life too. So we go outside and we're outside. And I said, let me check the mail. And when I check the mail, there's a certified letter in there. So I'm like, who the heck sending me a certified letter? But it was an official letter from the city of Atlanta Police Department, code enforcement. I was like, police code enforcement on what? Like I maintain my property. I go inside, I open the letter. It is a notice of delinquency saying that my property is overgrown and out of control and a mess and all this stuff and putting these violations on me. And it's a super official letter. So I instantly they sent me a certified letter. I said, this is odd. Normally the city will stick something on your front door. So when I said they went, and it's funny because I had seen this long code. I get informed notification from my mail. So when I saw that on the, I kept saying, what is this long code? It kept saying a package. I'm like, well, what's the package? and it wouldn't give me access to know what this package is. But I've seen that code on my mail for some days. So finally, when something told me, go in the informed consent notice and look at the certification for the, for the certified copy for the mail, see if that number is the same. I look at it, I look on the mail, it's the same number. I said, So I read through the letter, I go through everything, and something tells me, go look up the code that that they're citing for deficiency. I look up the code, that's not a city code. I was like, what? They put an official code in it, but that code is not a code to anything.
They sent you somebody sent you a spoof thing, faking a letter from the city, hoping
but
to
it was
get a
really from
response.
them. Let me tell you, no, it was really from them. And here's the stupid thing. When government officials allow people with power and money to get them to do something foul, they might get that off on other people, but you can't get it off on me. So mind you, this is Saturday. I done typed up a letter already. I'm like, oh, no, you don't. So I instantly say, let me go to my photos and let me go to my text messages. I can always tell what I was doing in the world when I look at the date and look at my photos. So I go to my photos, I see the date. I said, oh, I know this day precisely. I remember this day precisely. I know what I was doing. I know where I was. I know what I had on. So I'm looking at the correlation and I'm like, then I go to my text messages after I look at my photos and I'm like, hold the fuck on. They're sending me a letter telling me my yard is overgrown, this, that, the other. And that was the day before. My yard guy is like, hey, I'm on my way to your property to do your work. He's methodical like that. He's going to text you every single detail. He's going to text you when he's like, okay, guys, I'm done. I finished at 151. Like he's just one of those people. He's methodical like that. And so he serviced my yard the day before. There's no way you popped up at my yard the day after and my house was out of control. Not the least of which is I started looking at all my followers. I get regular service. There's never a time where my property is out of control. So I knew I said, okay, they didn't play themselves. Who did he pay to do this? So then I go look up the inspector. I look up her name. I can't get any information on her. I call, they have like the 311 where I call, I say, how do I get in touch with this inspector? I've been trying to reach her. I'm not getting any response. Oh, well, who's her direct supervisor? I get her direct supervisor. I said, who's his direct supervisor? His supervisor is the deputy director. So I call her, no answer. I call her again, no answer. I call her supervisor. I said, hi, I'm responding to a letter. This is Monday morning. I'm responding to a letter I got Saturday evening, a certified mail saying I have a delinquency in my property, this official letter, all of this stuff. And I have a problem. Why am I not able to reach this inspector? He's like, which inspector is it? I give him the name. He's like, oh, she's an OJI. And I'm like, OJI? What's an OJI? He said, oh, she's out on an on-the-job injury. I said, I said, well, I sure hope that's a true injury. Now I'm recording the whole conversation. I said, I sure hope that's an official injury and she didn't get this fake injury while she was fake inspecting my property and lying and committing fraud. So he's like, what are you talking about? Mind you, I done already researched all these because I wrote a letter already. I done researched all these codes of how and cited all of the city, state, and government charters that she fraudulently violated by sending me this false notification. I done printed off my proof so it didn't disappear from my phone with my payments to the lawn guy and everything. I said, we know your inspector is a liar. Let me tell you why I know. And I laid out all the proof like pop, pop, pop. I could hear this man quaking as I was speaking. I said, let me tell you something. You got the wrong person on the right day and I got the time. I will make her my new science project. She has officially effed up. I said, not the least of which is I am a licensed life insurance agent. I sure hope she's not committing insurance fraud with this fake injury. I'm going to contact the ombudsman at the governor's office and the insurance commissioner to do a moratorium and investigate her injury to make sure she's not lying about that too, because we know she's a liar. That's substantiated and proven. I said, not the least of which is subject to, and I read the code. And I said, you use the federal United States Postal Service to commit malfeasance and fraud and send me a fraudulent document, which I'm provable to know, which I have every iota of fact to prove that it's a lie. The fine for which is up to 20 years in jail and $1 million for using the postal service to commit a governmental fraud. I said, who put y'all up to this? I said, who's the big dummy that let somebody jeopardize their career? And I said, I don't know. So he was like, hold on a second, miss. What's your property address? I said, that's irrelevant. He's like, what's your phone number? That's irrelevant. He said, can you call me back shortly? I said, sure I can. He hangs up. Who calls me right back? Her. Hello. Hi. What's your property address? I said, that's irrelevant. I said, why? How many fraudulent delinquency notices do you write? I said, I sure hope you're not over there committing insurance fraud, because I have proof that you're an effing liar. I said, you lied. I have all the documented proof. I was serviced the day before you came here, not the least of which is my HOA president passed away, and he normally covers the common area, and they're overgrown right now because he passed away. And I was like, I should become the HOA guy, but I'm not subject to the HOA. Would it be a conflict of interest? I'm laughing with my daughter about that because I want those areas to be. I said, you passed all that overgrown stuff that's taller than me and drove to my clean, maintained property and said that it was overgrown? She was like, what's your property? I said, how many properties do you lie on? I said, you know what? Maybe I should have the ombudsman do a moratorium and check every single thing you wrote, because we've proven that you're a liar. I said, I hope you heal quickly from that fraudulent insurance fraud that you're committing for that accident you got. And I sure hope it's not. I said, you know what? Here's the deal. I know who's behind this, but somebody doesn't like you, because when that person came to your agency and said, I need y'all to do this, somebody don't like you. They set your ass up, because baby, anybody that knows me knows I'm the wrong person. I am a fact junkie. I said, all my ducks are lined in a row. I said, she was like, can you just tell me your property? I said, it's irrelevant. The point is that you're a known liar, and I have all the proof, and I'm going to take your career. I said, but you better watch, look to your left and look to your right, because somebody don't like you. They set you on me. And baby, I was the wrong person for them to set you on, because I got the time, the know-how. You're my new science project. She was like, okay, thank you. She hangs up the phone. Next thing you know, the deputy director calls me back. And she calls me back. She knows my name. How you know my name? She's
So
like,
they knew exactly who they was talking to.
So she says, hold on a second. I just want to let you know, your case is closed. It was an error. It was an oversight. You don't have nothing to worry about. I said, you do. I've already constructed my letter and sent that out certified. You have a lot to be in fear of. I'm not going to stop. I said, I don't know who hates you, but you better check your circle, because somebody set you on the wrong person. And here I come. I'm going to tear it all down. I'm not advocating only for myself. I am advocating for myself, because you're subject to financial fines, and I'm suing y'all. But I'm also advocating for those who don't perceive themselves powerful enough to advocate for themselves against you guys. I said, I don't know who hates you, but somebody hates you. Somebody set you on the wrong one, boo-boo. You need to check your circle. She just was like, you don't have to worry. It's closed. It's officially closed. It's an oversight. I said, sorry for you. Sorry for you. I even laughed at myself, because once I got off the phone, I didn't realize I was still recording. I was like, you fucking dummy, you dummy. This is after I hung up with her. And Nirvana was like, mommy, you be on your point. She said, and she literally said to me, I hate that you're going through this, but you don't understand what it means to a young woman to have a mother like you. She said, there's nothing that I think I can't conquer. I watch you slay giants every day. She's like, who else's mother already got all of the city, state, and federal codes written up, typed up in a whole letter and ready to fry them? Mommy, who has this? You make me feel like I could slay every giant in the world. I said, you can. She's like, I know, I watch you do it. And you don't have no idea.
As awesome as that is, it's a shame that you've had to adapt yourself to live like that.
And that is exactly what it is. I can never turn it off. I'm tired. I can never, I instantly go into, like, it's a lot for the brain. It's a lot for the brain. I don't
That's
already went on,
intentional.
huh?
That's intentional. That's intentional.
It is. It's to make me
Want to know
overworked.
why?
Yes.
Because the people that are running these psyops, they know what it does to your nervous system. They know what it does to your overall health. They
Well, they're
know
gonna know what
exactly
it does
what it
to my.
is.
They're gonna know what it does to my bank account because I have documented proof, baby. I'm going to eat their jugular with Chianti and fava beans. They didn't play with the wrong one at the right time. Wrong one, right time. And I told them, I said, listen, I'm a content creator. I'm going to make a story about this waste and fraud and all of this. And they were like, oh, I could hear she was trying to do the lead conversation. And then the deputy director was over her shoulder saying something. Now, how you get to when I've been calling you all this time and I couldn't get a hold of you, you're out on an on-the-job injury. I recorded your boss saying that. How did you get to the deputy director's office that quick? This all happened before lunchtime. I started calling maybe 9 something, and before lunchtime, my case was closed. I received it Saturday, Monday before lunchtime. They wiped it out the system. How? Where? The city, the government, bureaucracy does not move that fast. This is how you know somebody thought they ate, but all they ate was dust. I said, they might want to aggravate my nerves, but what they did was increase I said, Father God, enlarge my territory. I'm suing them. Just by committing government fraud, using the government resources to commit fraud against a homeowner or a citizen for no other reason than to commit fraud. And then you added the layer of the federal using the postal service, it ramped it up. I already went on the website, then downloaded the Freedom of Information Act because they claim, I said, I want to know who this came from. I want to know, everything starts with an origin, who it came from. Oh, we can't reveal those things to you until the case is closed. I said, she was like, oh, the case is closed. I said, perfect. Now I can get the information on who it was. And then I had seen another long number. I said, I saw another long number in my informed notification from the post office. Did y'all send me something else? I said, let me hurry up and get that too, because I'm really going to eviscerate y'all. You know, when I went back to look later on that day in the postal thing, that number was gone off my screen, no information about it. Yeah. This was a number that was activated and in my informed, I took the screenshot already. I got the screenshot of the number. I'm going to track that number down. I'm going to find out who sent me that. I don't know why they let these people take their careers from them. I don't know. And I started to make a live about it that day, but it had bothered me so much. Me and Kayla talked about it. It bothered me so much. I never end up making the live about it.
The number that you got the message from with the bird on the day of the bird.
So that was today.
Have you looked into it?
I actually did not. Let me see.
You want to send it to me so we can see if we can look into it?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Even though I wouldn't be surprised if it led back to a Google Voice account.
I'm not sure. It's actually like an 800 or something, but I'm gonna send it to you.
Is it an 804?
No, I think it's like an 888 or something. Yeah, 888. I don't know why people be making it their business to try to disturb my peace, because all they do is harm themselves. They harm themselves. Because I'm on, when I say I'm on at all times, it never goes to the notion of, oh, it's quite all right, I'll just let it go. I'm never letting it go. I'm never letting it go. You invited yourself into my life.
Of all people you picked to do this fraud against me, who don't bother nobody. Mind my business, drink my water, moisturize my skin. But you picked on me. I ain't got a problem. Oh, I got a big old problem. I got a big old problem. Now you got a massive problem. All you had to do was do what was right. I'm putting you on notice, boo. Whatever little fake injury you claiming to have, I'm gonna have the governor's office on that. Claim
I hate that they're doing all of this just to create some kind of
fraudulent
terror.
documents.
It's like
Yes, why? How many fraudulent documents have you
if
filed?
Diddy has to be punished, they're gonna punish everyone that they hold responsible
Private investors who
for
want people's
messing up,
That's what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm not even sure why. You're right. And it is because if you aggravate somebody's central nervous system, you keep them on edge and
Exactly.
you can steal their peace.
Yeah, but people in our age bracket, 45 and above, are also susceptible to heart attack, stroke,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
all kinds of things.
I'm telling you, the woman was talking. You should have heard the tone she was using. First, when she called me and I got her, hello, yes, this is Inspector. I ain't gonna say her name. Blah blah blah. Why all of a sudden, when I laid out quite flat, I cited all the case law, this, that.
Yeah, voice
You,
changed up real fast.
baby, she was like, I just want you to know it's all closed. You don't have to worry. It's finished. Da, da, da. I said, oh, no, no, no. I don't have to worry. You have to worry. I said, I got the time. I'm not exactly sure who set you on me, baby, but somebody don't like you. Check your circle.
I used to say the same thing every time people came for dummy missions on me.
Yeah, because it's like, why? Why would you allow somebody to cause you to jeopardize your career? You got a whole career. This what you doing with it? This don't make no sense. Don't make no sense.
I just want you to know I'm not going to do too much talking. Um, but there are coordinated efforts with the people on YouTube.
Yeah, I bet.
So
I bet.
I would not be that's why when I saw I came over. um hmm.
It's like it's like trying the attempt to steal my peace. Nicole said cortisol balance is important to protect. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. The attempt to erode my peace, steal my peace, and have me feeling stressed out.
Have you feeling worried? Have you feeling scared?
And here's the thing that
Or
it
to
never.
try to induce fear, or to try to induce this is it's funny when they were all so excited about. Has nobody noticed that all of these, filings that the diddlers legal team have been putting up, it's all just wishful thinking.
Of course, it to
It's
me. It's
all wishful
performative
thinking.
action. It's performative action. It's like let's act like we're doing things to
You remember that
help him.
you yeah,
It's
you
extremely.
remember that guy, Secret Service Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just did a video saying that Diddy's gonna get out. It's looking like Diddy may get out.
Here's what I know about this case. aside from people who have a dog in the fight, most of the content creators, this is a coin for them. They don't give one load of nothing about the true survivors. The victims, they don't. And a lot of people in mainstream society don't give a crap about them. The things I've heard about the victims, I keep hearing the Holy Spirit tell me social media is an experiment to hold a mirror up to society. People are projecting all their trash onto other people. You can tell the sincere ones, the ones who got big numbers, huge numbers, don't care nothing about society. They will say anything because they've tasted of the supple teat of the, they've nursed from the teat of social media. They get that dollar from saying anything and making their numbers go high and getting that big check. They will suck on the teat. They'll say anything to get that milk out. Anything. They have no humanity. They don't care. They don't care. The ones who have some integrity, you're not seeing the big dollars. You're not seeing the big dollars. Unless it's somebody who's like talking about politics and they're off in that world and they're discussing that and they post
Not even them. Not even them. Even they're shilling for somebody. All of these people are shilling. They're shilling for one person or another, or this person or that.
Yeah, they join these content creation organizations that big up their channel and send volume their way. Yeah, but I'm not with that. And I had people try to get me to do that. I was like, why would I give you my passwords? Are you dumb? Like, hello, have you met me? Have you paid attention to anything I said? Why would I? Oh, don't worry, I can make your numbers big. I can make you get all this money. I said, nah, I'm good. God could do that too.
You want to know what's interesting? I found that Lamisha Fuller girl. I found her original YouTube account.
Really? What is it?
Lamisha Fuller. How funny is that?
Listen, where she went when the old girl her case was active. I thought about that too. I said, oh, I started to make a post, but I was like, don't be petty. Don't be petty, Natanya. Move on. I promise you.
No, it really does need to be discussed because she spent all of that time. It's
claiming
so funny.
she was that girl.
I went back and looked that video, that first video that he did. We have the victim. We have the Diddy victim that Liar B did.
Where did he disappear to? Is he off the face of the earth?
Exactly. No, he's doing his AI channels.
Oh, because he disappeared.
That's what they do. When they get busted, when they get busted for frauding and scamming, they do their AI channels.
Because he disappeared like in the blink of an eye. I'm gonna tell you something. I sat back with the People's Princess and I was like,
you got to remember, he didn't disappear right after you. He did one more hit piece and then he started doing his backup channel, Premium Celeb, because that's him. As far as I'm concerned, allegedly, in my opinion. Wink, wink.
I'll tell you something.
Premium Celeb is his channel.
I sat back and I was talking to the People's Princess and I said, you know what? If nothing else, these content creators owe me a coin for improving their diction, their grammatical correctness, their being articulate and all that. Cleaning their channels up. They owe me. I sat back and I laughed. I was like, no, I don't expect anything. No one will ever give it to me, but they can't deny. My presence on YouTube changed the landscape. They can say what the F they want, argue with your mama. I know what I'm talking about. I see people over there messing up less words than ever. Still messing some up, but less than ever.
Oh, no, they can't read. Most of them cannot read.
Cleaned up a whole lot of stuff. And it's just from me on their case. See, they seem to try to minimize me. They try to negate my value, my importance. But if I only call their name, these ninjas change it up. As soon as I call their name for something, they change their.
Honey, they do the same thing. They do it to you. They do it to me. They won't give us credit for anything.
I absolutely know. And here's the thing. They seem to have a problem. They're so impacted and affected by me saying their name. They will even rebound and make a video where they completely pixelate and obliterate your sight, your vision, and your voice, but they will call themselves coming for you. You cannot come for me. What I
You
said
want to
was a
know
fact.
what's super interesting? Someone mentioned you, not by name, but by your circumstance in Ticket's channel in his chat the other night.
Really? What they said?
He was sitting there talking about how Diddy deserved to get 10 years for the 10 years that he made Shine do. And he keeps doing that. And then someone called him out on sounding like he had sympathy for Diddy in some way. And of course, he had to start cursing him and yelling him. And somebody said, "Yeah, well, he deserves it for that. Remember the woman who he powed in the face and whoopty whoopty whoop." He skipped right over that.
Of course. They
He
have been
skipped right
instructed
over
to
that
act as if
comment.
I don't exist. They have been instructed to act as if I don't exist. And here's the listen, nobody said it
You
better
know what's
than
funny?
Cat Williams. Cat Williams said, you know what's the number one thing they do when they get
Pretend.
in, they pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Tell on themselves all the time. They tell on themselves.
child.
They
I'll
tell on
never
themselves.
forget. I'll never forget that day. And he started making a mockery out of you and coming after you. All I did was ask a question and stood by you. Girl, he blocked me in the chat, took my wrench the whole 9 yards, and all I had done was support him.
But here's the joke. Then I final bossed that ass and was like, if you're gonna call my name and put my face on your thumbnail, learn how to pronounce some words. You're non-speaking this and that.
I
As
think
soon as I said it,
everybody, I think everybody is forgetting that they sent him out on a dummy mission to attack your relevance and to attack
yeah,
you.
yeah. And then I mollywopped him verbally. I verbally mollywopped him, and he got it together. And now he's speaking better than ever, even using multi-syllabic words and ish.
I
Like
mean, he does
I
okay.
make joke about it. I make folly about it, but I'm speaking facts. Anybody who
No,
tells me
no,
I'm not
I
speaking
listen
facts,
to me.
all they got to do is go
I
back a
listen
few
to him
months.
kind of sound like Sherlock Holmes while he's
Oh,
sitting
I
there
listen to him.
reading cases.
Every now and then, one of his things come up, I cackle. I be like, "Oh, you doing good, brother? Better than ever." And I cackle and I move on. But I'm keeping it a buck. Like that's just been what I've been called to be in this world. And here's the deal: like you said, I will never get recognized. They'll never say, you know, I may not like that heifer, but I did improve my diction and da, 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 da. No, they'll never acknowledge the presence and the role that I played in their improvement. All of them. I could see it. I could hear myself in content creators all through the internet. I was like, okay, taking Natanya's words. Okay. And I laugh it off and I move on. I'm not expecting them to be like, shout out Natanya. No, I'm not expecting that. But now he could, yeah. Fashawn said, I can't with his screaming and cussing and carrying on. That has to stop. Now that is just abysmal. That
Oh, it's
you
not.
can't.
That's not going to stop. That's the character. That's the character of their
It's so
personality.
funky though, because when you go, you can't sit there and talk about people, how people are responding to what you're saying, and you're so low vibrational. It's super low vibrational. And you can't, I mean, just the spaz outs, I was like, this can't be real. This is bizarre. But
Well,
far be it from me to tell anybody who they are and what they should do. But I'm telling you, the dopest nerd, there's a wave of change. The breeze, I came like a breeze, and the winds of change blew through the internet, at least YouTube. And I'm proud of that. I may never get acknowledged or respect, but I'm proud of it. And no one can deny it. It's if
I
anybody
mean,
ever 50 years, 10 years,
he was an athlete. He played, he was an athlete. So,
mhm, 10, 15, 20 years from now, they look on YouTube, they see these old videos, they're gonna say, you know what? I can see it. They might hear me and be like, oh, she's crazy. And then afterwards, they're like, no, no, she got a point there. I see, I hear. So,
see, the thing is if I'm going to cuss you out, it's going to be for a reason. I'm not just going to be sitting here hollering, screaming, and cussing at nobody just to be hollering, screaming, and
yeah.
cussing.
And
I
it's
think the thing that I hate the most about what they've tried to do to my reputation online is They grab a bunch of clips, small clips, and have tried to make it seem like that's all that I am and that's who I am and I'm nothing more, nothing less.
And
You
that's
know,
not true at all. That's not
and
true at
now
all.
that the channel, well, I mean, but see, that was the whole purpose of them allowing people to attack my Google accounts and hijack my channel and shut my channel down so that they could screen record it and take the pieces that they wanted and AI it and fricassee it and flip it and do all of this. This is why, they would shut my channels down so that if I wanted to have a voice on YouTube, it would have to be through their channel so that they could control it and they could do this and they could do that. You know, the 1 year anniversary of the Jaguar Right Effect just passed the other day.
Happy anniversary, sis.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And
I'll
we
be
we didn't
watching.
make, huh?
You didn't make what?
Well, we were hoping the goal was for 100,000 subscribers and 1,000 members for the 1 year. We got close. We didn't make it. We got close.
Listen, at least you got close. My numbers, I'm watching somebody tick, tick, tick people off of my thing every day. I
I
watch
know
my
they do it
numbers
to
go down
me.
every day. Huh?
They do it to me. They do it to me too.
I'm just at a point where it's just like, listen, me can't bother. Me cannot bother. It be too much. It'd be too much. I'm like, God's will be done here. Whatever God decide He want to do, that is what He gonna do. Me, I ain't got time because really and truly, my number should be way higher. I see
I
the,
know.
I see the analytics. They should be way higher, but you
So
know,
should mine.
I ain't gonna study that. I just know that when I see the others who have big numbers carrying on and going over their bacchanal, I always know I'm not willing to. If I have to be here and maintain my dignity, then that's where I'm gonna stay. Cause I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I can't play the game. I be disgusted by them. I look at their posts. They put all these crazy, and the worst thing in the world that happened was me and my sis got together. Oh, they tried their hardest to make sure
I
this
know.
didn't stick. And once they
I know.
realized there was no stopping it, because I told them flat-footed, 10 toes down with my whole chest. You can't stop me from my sis. There's nothing you can say. So I don't care what you say. I know who she is. This is my sis. We talk offline. There's nobody could come between that. So I don't care what y'all do. When they realized it was a fight that would never be actualized or won, they let it go and moved on to other things.
Oh, sweetie, they just tried to put together a whole coup against me to get another content creator to come against me.
It's just, to me, it's just very corny. Why can't
You want to
content
know what
creators?
I thought was funny though?
What's that?
It was
Oh, I think.
3 subs that got together. What I found interesting is that the subs that got together to encourage this content creator who had just started going live to come after me.
So
They're from competing platforms.
it's super whack. But see, it's that old
No, no,
adage.
no. Did you
My
hear what I
enemies,
just said?
enemies. You said
They were
competing
working
platforms
together against me.
because you know the old adage: my enemy's enemy is my friend.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. They were literally working together in the chat. That should not be. Because the two different people's platforms that they came from are supposedly in a lawsuit right now.
Oh wow, a
Yeah,
YouTube lawsuit.
yeah.
Wow.
You want to know what's funny? That's not even real. They actually come up
They're
with
a
this
YouTube
crap.
lawsuit against each other.
Yeah. But meanwhile, they have
Oh,
their subs
you'll tell me
working
offline.
together to get another content creator to come after me so that they
It's
can get some
corny
content.
because you know what it is. It's corniness. Here's what I say: as grown adults, as a member of the AARP generation that I am a proud card holding member of, I ain't got time for no foolish jibber jabber little kid, young 20s, bump your head. Oh,
These
I'm
are 50-year-old people.
they
These
well
are
then
forty-year-old people.
they are out of their mind because they are closer to judgment day than they are to anything else. And ain't nothing gonna keep me from my Yahuwah and Yahusha. Nobody, nothing is gonna keep me from it. Nothing. I certainly ain't getting into no stupid YouTube beef to separate myself. What they gonna do on the day of judgment? Shout
See,
out to
girl, they
Michelle for
create
the
this
super.
stuff. They create this stuff so that they can have content and so that they can create
It's
engagement.
so corny. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about. You will tell me off. Yeah, but I
You
think I
wanna
know.
know
Once you
what's
said
funny? It's
against
just
each
so
other, I was
funny. It's so funny. It's just people arguing about the stupidest things, people arguing
it's
about the silliest
foolishness.
things, and
Let me tell you
and I'm
something.
just sitting there looking like this is it. This is all you got for life.
All they
This is
got.
what you got.
All they got. Shout out to Michelle for the $2 super chat. We love and appreciate you, Natanya. Thank you, my love. I love and
And I
appreciate
wish we could
you.
get. I wish we could get the super chat and the stuff, man, that these other people be getting. I
Listen,
swear,
baby,
Ticket must have
baby.
gotten at least $5,000 in donations in the past 2 weeks
Let me
for
tell you
doing
something.
nothing more than reading Pacer.
Reading Pacer and cussing folks out because some people are low vibrational. You see, you know who walks with God and who walks with the world. The people who walk with the world, they act like the world. And there are other people it's the same reason why people like other low vibrational ish, because they see themselves as low vibrational and they dwell there. They exist
Yeah.
there and it feels comfortable to them. They like you. Dummies like dummies. They do. I've come to realize that dummies love dummies.
Mm,
They might
You know
talk
what's
ish
working?
about another dummy, but they really do love them because they feel, you know, parity amongst the dummies. They can see you, they know who you are, they know what you're about because they see in themselves. It's a reflection of them. I ain't got
Mm-mm,
time.
mm-mm, mm.
I don't belong in a club. God set me apart from day one. I've always known it. And baby, I never fit into those kind of circles. Never. Uh-uh.
I
You
want
know
you to
them
do
by their
me a big
fruits. That's
favor
right.
though, because you sound like you're doing better, and I'm happy about that.
I feel much better because in the beginning I had a lump. I could feel like a lump, physical lump in my throat. And
Mhm.
my spirit was heavy. So I feel way better. You know you always do this
Good,
for me.
good.
I ain't gonna stay long because I told K Lig we wasn't coming on long. Guess how long I told K Lig we was coming on for? 20
30
20
minutes.
something minutes. 20 something minutes. She talk about, oh please.
It's
I said
nice to it's
that seems
nice
to be
to
the
say
magic number.
it. It's nice to say it, and it's nice to know that it's an aim. But the truth is, we're not just a community, we're a
Yeah,
support group.
absolutely.
And
And for the nerd herd, don't think I don't miss you guys because I absolutely miss you when I'm not up here. And I know you miss me too. And I don't ever want you to think I'm abandoning you. Your girl just be going through. I'm just becoming adjusted to, you know, I be
there's
going
a
through
lot going on.
a
There's a
lot.
lot going on. And
Hmm.
everyone understands. And don't feel bad.
I don't.
And you got enough to deal with. Everyone
Hmm.
here, for real, we should be here just to be that support system for you. This is a lot. I was thinking about you this week, and everyone was, they don't understand. These people want Diddy to get out of jail, not for
It's
Diddy, but for
disgusting.
them. No,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's not just
disgusting
for them. It's not just for him. It's for them because a
because they'll
lot of
have a lot
people.
of clickbait. Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
have a
but
lot of content creation.
yeah, but not just that. I'm talking about the celebrities and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Him
To cover
being
their
in
behind.
jail is messing up money for a lot of people. Them not knowing what's gonna happen next, if
Mhm.
he's gonna flip, if he's gonna do this. You know, I don't think people understand that that's part of the reason why people have such hatred for you and me,
Mhm.
because we're
Truth tellers.
messing up
We
their
call it truth
money.
tellers.
We're
We
messing up their
whistleblowers.
money.
Yeah. Mm. Not only their money, but their access to all of this, nefarious doings and actions. I mean, when the party house gets shut down, where the party at?
And
People is
guess what?
claiming they
Everybody
do too
hates
much.
the person that that told the truth about where the party house was.
Mhm.
You know, they still doing those, they still got them white parties going on. Michael Rubin's throwing them now.
Of course, of course. All they do is switch it up. But here's the deal: the ones that were so used to the regular shenanigans at his house, oh, they sick to their stomach that they can't go get a little freak off on a Tuesday or a Thursday or whatever freak off day is for them. They pissed off about that. And so no, they don't like us. And listen, a whole lot of other,
They
but I
still
pray,
trying to convince people that no other celebrity was involved.
listen,
I'm a liar. I'm a liar. It was just Diddy and his girlfriends.
but
That's
here's the
all.
deal. But here's the deal for that, sis. You see other people's worlds shattering too, right? You see them walls and them bricks and them pebbles falling off their buildings, don't you? Okay. So all I'm gonna say. I every time I see it, I'll be like, my sis, man, my sis. Keep your foot on Nexus. Listen, you've done all that you needed to do. The bricks are falling off of their building. Wear a hard hat. Watch out above. It's falling like crazy.
I tell you
Like
what bothers me the
crazy.
most. That that people still feel the need to do crazy things like
like put a damn dead bird on my porch.
Put a dead bird on your door, on your doorstep, or a bunch of people have tried to reach out to me.
Really?
Over the course of the past. Oh yeah.
I've been getting somebody said, oh, Yamj said London Bridge is falling down. Let me give the disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed by the Dopest Nerd are protected under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Because I know K-Leg is like, girl, say these disclaimers. People can't stand that after they tried to tear us down, that we still luxuriating, doing our skincare routines, drinking water, minding our business, and they are still running around like a headless chicken, trying to proclaim their innocence. Listen to me. When I tell you, say Father God said Babylon I go fall, it is falling, and I'm talking falling like you said, like London Bridge is falling down, baby. It's coming down. Everywhere they turn, they can't get no relief. You know what that is? That come from prayers. Listen, when I tell you I just be putting down some prayers in here. I just be putting down some prayers and I'm gonna tell you something. You see my TV upstairs? Stays on prayers and spiritual all day. Scriptures all day, just bathing my house down. Because as for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord God. We are going to serve God. I ain't got time for nobody and their foolishness. On my door, on the inside of my door, the 91st Psalm. I read that when before I open my door and go out. I'm girding my door. I'm girding my home with protection. I'm not the one they looking for. Worst thing they could have ever done was decide to pick on me or pick a fight with me, because I don't quit. I know me. It's like when I was little, this boy, I guess he liked me. He kept messing with me. I was like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. His name was Paul. He wouldn't stop. I said, stop. Leave me alone. I was like, I'm warning you. If you do it again, you know me. Or y'all don't know this about little me. I said, if you do it one more time, I'm going to show you better than I could tell you. He kept doing it. When I tell you I beat the dog snot, mollywopped him, beat the dog snot out of him. And guess what? Now y'all mad at me because I won't stop. Then every time I saw him, and for the rest of the day, if he walked in the side room, bow, or hit him with a stick or throw something at him, I won't stop. I know me. I warn people not to mess with me because I know me. It's not that I'm afraid. I know once I start, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go from the windows to the wall. And I won't quit. And I know how intense I can be until I feel like I got my satisfaction.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that could go over the line of what's applicable under the law. So I always be like, just leave me alone. I really be warning people. I be trying to save them. Because you ain't fighting me. When you come against me, you're coming against God. His chosen vessel. I know me. That's what God's still working on me. I don't stop. If somebody hit that pinky toe I'm telling you, I don't quit. And then they're going to be like, all right, but you should have stopped. Now you went too far. I know me. That's why I be begging people for themselves. Please quit while you're ahead, because I know you can't, nothing can keep me off of you after I start. Nothing could keep me off of somebody once I start. And so I don't even go there. I let more shit go than you would ever believe, because I want to maintain who I am as a person under God. I care about what God thinks of me and sees me as, and my judgment someday that will come from him. I'm not going to let no sucker on the street steal me from my blessings and my ability to sit with the Most High. I'm not going to let it happen. I think like this rapture thing, I think it really highlighted a lot of people who think they were going to go with the rapture. That very well might not be the rapture people. A lot of foolishness ensued with people thinking that they were going to go up to the rapture. A lot of foolishness, a lot of stuff they said, and manners in which they presented themselves, and how they gaslit other people like, oh, honey, I'm going to give you this for really cheap because you a heathen and you ain't going up to the rapture. So I'm just going to be a blessing to you. That ain't of God. That's judgment. Judge not lest ye be judged. A lot of the people didn't go up to the rapture. He could have very well been coming for the rapture. But a lot of people didn't go because they showed God that they was not really the rapture people. A lot of snide condescension, a lot of, I know you're not going. If God saw your search history, I know you're not going to the rapture. Like that ain't of God. I think it was a mirror God was holding up to people. Psych, you thought. And I mean, I believe it with my heart and soul. A lot of people who deem themselves to be of the caliber going up ain't going to be the ones going. And it's unfortunate that they're going to find out the hard way.
See, this is the funny thing. You're not supposed to be worried about it.
That's
You're
right.
not even supposed to be thinking about it.
No man knows the day or the hour. So
The only
fact
thing
that
you're
they had a
supposed to
whole
be
day.
worried about or thinking about is what God needs to use you for while you're here.
Right.
That's that.
Right.
Because see, the truth is, if you're
Walking on
following
your
the word, then you should already believe and you should already know.
Mhm.
You shouldn't be worrying about, oh, no.
All the
No, you
performative
should just be
stuff.
focused. Yeah.
Do you see
You
how
should
many
just be
people?
focused.
Do you see how many people have no job? They sold their vehicles for dirt cheap. They sold their houses. There's people like a lady arguing with somebody because she sold her house for $10,000 and it gave the money away to the heathens around her to let them know, I'm giving you this because I know you're not going to the rapture. And now she wants her house back. And the person is like, argue with your mother. I'm not giving you back your house. I bought it
Hold
fair
on, you
and square.
mean this happened recently?
Recently, I'm not giving you back your house. You should have sold me your house for $10,000. I'm not giving it
Hold
back. I
on,
bought it fair and square.
wait a minute. Did I miss
Yes.
something?
Do you know how many cars? You know how many people sold their cars for dirt cheap? I was telling my
Hold on,
son,
when
I
did
was
this
like,
happen?
recently, people thought the rapture was going to be on the 23rd and the 24th. And so
Of September?
of September. So their pastors or their spiritual leader was telling them, there's so many people around you who are not making it to the rapture. They're not going to go. Be a blessing to them. They're going to be here to suffer in the world. Be a blessing to them. People gave all their money away, sold their homes, sold their cars. There were people who gave their children to CPS. I said, the children is innocent. Why wouldn't the children go to the rapture? If you think you qualify,
What? Wait a minute.
gave
People
their
gave their
children
kids to,
CPS because they thought they was going up to the rapture.
so
And
they
the
didn't think their
kids wasn't
kids
going
was
to go.
going with them?
That's what I said. Your children? The children are innocent. If the innocent child can't go with the Lord, what make you think you going? There is a YouTuber. He's not
What's
really.
funny?
He's not
That
really a
happened in
YouTuber.
that happened in the 1800s as well.
Wow. Listen, there's a guy who made a TikTok, a gay guy, bleached hair in the top. He was driving. He made a TikTok. He was like, I was driving. He said, I drive in the wealthy people area because they tip good. So he's driving. He goes there. He got a call to go to a church to pick up this couple. He goes to the church to pick up the couple. He said the couple were very emotional and crying and he was like, oh my God, are y'all okay? And it was comical really to watch his post. He was like, oh my God, are y'all okay? And they were like, oh yeah, we're just, in light of what's going on. He's like, oh. They said, don't you know? And he's like, what's going on? And he picked them up from their church, and he was taking, he's like, yeah, we just came from church, and our pastor told us to have mercy on the sinners who are not going. So we want to be a blessing to you and give you some money because he's like, why you want to give me money? They was like, haven't you heard about the rapture? He was like, no, tell me. So they started telling him what the rapture was. And he was like, oh, yeah, well, I didn't know nothing about it. They're like, we understand.
Where the hell was I?
Well, here's the deal. They're making a joke. Like, well, they're being condescending because they think, oh, he's gay, he's a sinner, he's not going to go. So they tell him, we want to give you this money. So they have a pile of money. He said there was some European money in it, some Canadian money in it, and a lot of coins stuck in, but they gave him a wad of bills like this. So he said, hold on, he said, and they was even like, when he was dropping them off, he said they were like, do you have Venmo or Cash App or anything? Give us your information. We want to send you some more money. Like, they were really, our pastor told us to be, it's going to be morning soon. It's going to be the 23rd and the rapture will happen. We want to give all our worldly possessions away. So he gave them his information. He said, let me stop. I'm going to count it. I don't know how much it is. What they gave him in that stack was 1,900 and something, like 54. And they were sending him more over his Cash App and all of that. He was like, oh, child, let me go look for some more of these people to pick up.
That say I'm the devil. Where's my money?
Baby, I said, I wish I would have bought me a couple of cars and put them on Twitter or something, some rapture specials. I missed out. Because, baby, people, it's all over. People like, lady, stop calling me. I'm not giving you back your car. I bought it fair and square. Somebody sold their Benz for $400. A bunch of them quit their job. This man was all upset, and he was like an older guy. He's like, I've been on my job and my career for 27 years. He said, I've never been late one day. And
they preacher's still alive. Ain't nobody shot the preacher yet.
No, listen. It's go on Rapture Talk. Go on TikTok on Rapture Talk. You're going to see videos out the wazoo. You're not going to believe it.
You're not going to watch that while I.
There's there's an entire apology tour of people who thought they were going to the rapture, and so they were being snide with the people around them, their family, their job, their people being snide, and now they were like,
meanwhile, they're the ones that's going to be going to hell. They showed who they really are.
That's what I said. That's what I said. And they said, I am here to apologize to all of the people. I'm sorry. I really believed that I was ready to go with God. It's a whole apology tour going on for the rapture stuff. Listen, it's deep. It's deep. This South African pastor told them that God told him that the rapture was going to be September 23rd and September 24th. And baby, folks was ready for that rapture. And when they didn't,
in the United States, he was talking this craziness.
The pastors in South Africa, but people all over the United States believed it. I'm talking, baby, legions of white folks, legions of them. All of them started. The one guy said, for the first time in my entire life, I've been on this job 27 years, I've never once been late. I think he's never missed a date or been late. And he said he took off the day of the rapture. I don't know why you got to take off the day of the rapture, because the rapture gonna happen. If God is calling you up, you don't need to take the day off. But he didn't go in. He wasn't scheduled for the day of the rapture. But the following day, when the rapture didn't happen, he said, I got to work late for the first time ever. My boss was like, why are you late? He said, I was so ashamed to tell my boss that I couldn't get to work because I sold my truck. And he was like, the boss was like, why the heck did you sell your truck? He was like, I thought I was going to the rapture. Like, they're humiliated. And now there's a whole bunch of people out there like, you guys are religious fanaticism and this is dangerous. You need psychiatric help and all this stuff. So it's emboldening like the atheists and the agnostics and all. It's really emboldening. It's crazy. And some people had a pure, sincere desire to be with God. One lady was like, I lost both of my children. And I never thought that I would have to bury my children. And so I've just prayed a lot because of the loss of my children. I've been in a lot of deep prayer and for years. And all I want to do is see their face again. And so I really believed that God was coming for me and I was going to see my children's face again. Some people had a true, sincere desire to just be with God. And they believe, like, is this possible? Could it be? Wow, I'm going to see my children's face again. And then she's like, unfortunately, I'm, you know, and they all yielded back to, well, most of them yielded back to, you know, I just wanted to go. I wanted to be with God. I'm tired of this world. I'm tired of this. Or I went through a hard life.
That's
And
sad. That's
yeah, it was
sad that
very
this
sad.
world has gotten to people to that point.
Yes. Wait, listen, you ain't seen that. My explanation is not doing it any justice. Go on Rapture Talk. When you go on TikTok, put in Rapture. You are going to be astounded. You ain't seen nothing yet. In fact, I'm over my limit. We at the 2-hour mark. I'm going to say, as I always say, tomorrow, please, God. And Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Everybody go to TikTok and go on Rapture Talk, or you can probably find it on YouTube. Look up all the Rapture videos. Your head is going to spin. But I say, not just to mock and laugh and make fun. It is a self-assessment of who you are and where you are in your life. If God should come tomorrow, tonight, do you think he will take you? Will he turn from you and say, turn from me because I did not know your name? You know what I'm saying? I never knew you. Assess your life and see who you are and whose you are. Repent before it's too late and acknowledge where you are going. If that matters to you, live your life making sure you walk out your purpose, your calling, and your purpose under God's sight. Because when the time of the hour, no man knows the time of the hour, but if you thinking of getting ready, when the thing come, you too late. So I ain't saying walk around thinking the rapture is next week, Tuesday, but baby, be ready in anticipation that if God should call you home, you will be going to God, because there's another place you could go. Your soul could be an eternal damnation.
It also tells me that people ain't been paying attention to the scripture. There's a
At
lot of
all.
things that have not happened yet that have already been prophesied. And
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's well, girl, look, let me go on ahead. If you need me,
I will. I'll call you, Will. I will
okay?
call you. You know I will. Absolutely. I love you so much. Thank you for coming to check on me too. And tell my brother I said, what up?
I will.
I love y'all. I'll talk to you later.
Right. Love you.
Guys, all of us, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Let me go. Because the headmaster she said, don't forget to hit the likes on the way out. Shout out to K-Leg. Y'all see, tithes and offerings. Thank you for everybody who blessed us. We appreciate you. We love you. And thank you guys for always being here to give me love, because I promise you, my gosh, this one was, all I could think about is, thank God the sun is starting to go down, because it was hot like fish grease out there. That bird gonna be stinking in no time. And you know, when something is dead, it draws critters and insects and bugs. I don't want it to break down outside of my house. Who will pick it up? Somebody up. My lawn guy's coming tomorrow. Praise God. I'm gonna say, you go and get that for me, please. Get that, because I do not want to contend with what that's gonna seem like tomorrow morning. And anything dead is gonna bring flies, and flies is monitoring spirits, and I just don't want to deal. And then I don't like the notion of somebody coming this close to my door to do something so dastardly. Because trust me, you always get, if something is dead in front of you, looking at the signs like, wait, what? Yes, the bird. I don't want it to start to break down in front of my house. I don't want no funk in front of my door. It is directly in front of my door. Like, I don't want to be stepping over dead bird and all kind of things. It's just too much. It's too much. But I love y'all. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise tomorrow. Please, God, I'll holler back at y'all and give y'all the updates. Yeah, it is awful. It's awful. But I thank God for my lawn guy, because I will be in trouble. But nighty night to everyone. I love y'all. 2 hours. Ooh, that was good.